Hedera Hbar, so the president has come out with an announcement and he addresses this. It is in regards to the gaming industry, and so it is going to be a useful take to see what he thinks about the play to earn games that are currently building on Hadera and just his thoughts in general. And also with that, I do have some stats in relation to Source and also Hadera's wallets in general, and we will be talking about the price action for both SaucerSwap and for Hedera Hbar coin. All I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So the first bit of news that we have is coming from Charles Adkins. Now we are going to have his look at the gaming industry because we actually haven't seen his opinion about this before, and he says over here, people have asked me more of my thoughts on gaming on Hadera and I just always lean back into thinking soundly. So he's always been a huge fan of the create to earn or time in game unlocks of the financials mechanisms of a game. Playing to earn got super weird with too many speculators who would jump in at the start and then disappear without actually loving the game, and he's described over here some ways that he would encourage developers to make sure the game is good at first. And we actually do have a few use cases for Hadera. Some games that are currently being built on Hadera are Earthlings Land, and this has just come out a couple of days ago where they have shown their plots, but they're yet working on the gameplay footage so far. We also have another use case coming with Meta Wizards, and they have actively been in that partnership with Hadera, and that was back in 2022. And I think that there are a few other play to earn games as well. And so let's take a look at some of these reasons. So he says completely abstract the wallet as a custodial account until a player has reached a certain experience point or time in the game. Once a player has a vested interest, it makes the friction of wallet sign up and custody of those assets so much less because hey, look at all this stuff I already have. Use create to earn, vote to earn, where players build worlds or vote on new levels and assets or other engagements such as time spent to unlock any of the financial and asset management aspects. And most importantly, just make a great game. This seems so obvious, but too many Web3 focused game devs just went out building financial mechanics skinned as a game, not an actual playable model, so start there. Now I think that these messages are important when it comes to these play to earn games because these past 3 years, whilst we are seeing more of them growing and there is more demand, a lot of people that have been playing the play to earn games say that the games are not either fun to play and that it is really just focused on the crypto aspect of it and earning, but not actually making the game that the people want to get involved with. And this is obviously important because the more time that a player is actually involved and playing that certain game, it only means that they will be increasing their XP, of course, and also their time in the game, which means that they're going to play the game for longer and not actually leave. And not only that, but I have heard quite a few times that some people are also annoyed with the fact that there are a lot of cheaters when it comes to the play to earn games and that we need to solve a problem with that. And I do know with Earthlings Land, the reason as to why they chose to build on Hadera is because of the fact that by using the hash graph consensus, they are able to make sure that the ranking system is fair and that there is no cheating because they are able to verify it. And so I think it is very important to be able to pick a certain DLT that is able to prevent that. And I think that his first idea also makes a point that they have to be able to reach a certain XP. Now either one of these factors could be good, and maybe a certain limit for the XP for the players might be good so then they can unlock their account. And let's take a look at his new tweet that we have for today. So you'll see over here he says that the WEF24 is right around the corner and that he is excited to be hosting all week exploring the transformative potential of DLT, Web3 and Hadera through a series of talks, private gatherings and networks as well. So the WEF is the World Economic Forum, and the Davos 2024 is going to be happening next week on the 15th to 19th of January, and the main topics that they'll be talking about are tokenization, demystifying digital asset management and exploring how blockchain can effectively govern innovation. And also down here you can see that not only do we have the agenda, but we also have the different speakers that will be there. Of course we've got Charles, our president, we've also got Lehman, the co-founder, we have a chair at Deloitte US, the chief financial officer and treasurer at Hadera, we also have the chief financial officer at Coinbase too, and we have the CEO at Global Blockchain Business Council. And so it is pretty interesting to see the different speakers. Now SaucerSwap, so in the past 24 hours, this was for yesterday that it came out, the number of trades processed on SaucerSwap were 25,000 and the Uniswap V3 ETH 75,000. And it says over here, remarkably, since announcing 2 million total trades 4 days ago, SaucerSwap has facilitated over 100,000 unique swap events. Actually, if we have a look at SaucerSwap, not only did they actually have a good volume in transactions, but we have also made a slight bit of a comeback in the price action. We are currently trading at 0.06663, and despite being down by 3.28% on the 1-day chart, you'll actually see that we did have a nice run up. Now I'll show you where that run up is on the 1 month chart. You'll see over here here, just in the beginning of January, we went from 0.05635 all of the way to a nice 7 cents, just actually nearly touching that 8 cent level at 0.07907. Now, despite the fact that we are not at that 7 cent level, we are making that slight comeback, because you'll see over here, we did take a dip to 0.06347, and we were actually higher than we were just over a week ago. And even back in December, we were actually below that 4 cent level. So not only is SaucerSwap doing great volume on the exchange, but they are also doing great in terms of the price action. And I definitely want to see it hit 7 cents, but if it can't, let's see if it can hold the mid-range of the 6 cent level. We also have some news over here from Hbar 1000 saying that today there's over 4 million Hedera Hbar wallets. And I do think that there is definitely more demand when it comes to Hbar. I think before, not only was it underrated, but not many people were talking about it. I think now we are seeing Hbar come up with the likes of XLM coin. I think that we will get more coverage, and rightfully so, because we have many partnerships and developments as well, so we should only be seen. So we have this announcement from Envision blockchain. They actually did a thread on this with multiple tweets, but you'll see over here just on the baseline that in 2023 310.2 billion fungible tokens were minted on Hadera testnet, and that 5.6 million NFTs were also minted on Hadera testnet. And just remember that this is on the testnet, so it is still in the testing phase. I'm just going to go through some key numbers here, and then we will look at the price action of Hadera. And so for the decentralized identifiers, we have 2,926 that were issued. For the verifiable credentials, we have 794,069 that were verified. Again, when it comes to Hadera with the carbon markets, is good for the verification. The verifiable presentation is 230,602, and for the standard registries, we have 6,792. For the policy users, we have 5,313, and for the policies, we have 15,257, and the topics 34,577. So that's the key numbers there. So we are currently trading at 0.07708. We are down by 2.44% on the 1-day chart. For the 24-hour volume, we are down by 23.34%, and we are trading at $81.1 million. So for the earlier hours of the morning, we actually did hit that 8 cent level. We were at 0.0807. Now, if we have a look at the high for the day as of now, it was 0.08107. So I'm quite glad that we were actually able to touch that 8 cent level again. It does give me some sort of reassurance that we are able to get back there to that price range. Now, the low for the day that we have taken is not so long ago. This dip at 0.07621. And obviously, people yesterday were a bit concerned because the price did actually go all of the way to 0.07098. So it seemed like as if we could potentially break that level and head on down to 6 cents. However, we didn't, and it was just on the brink of that level, and we have come back ever so slightly, and that was towards the later part of the day. We managed to be able to reach 8 cents, which is good, and it confirms to us that we are able to get back to that level. But I do want Hedera Hbar coin to be able to sit at 8 cents comfortably, because remember before over here where we were sitting at that 8 cent level quite comfortably. I want to be able to get there in the short term for Hedera Hbar. However, with that being said, I'm still looking at that 10 cent price target. Guys, if you want daily Hedera Hbar coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.